Hey everyone, I've come on this morning just to show you how to make this little mini album that I showed you a few videos ago now. I've had a lot of interest and quite a few people have been asking me how to make it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the book and the pages and a tag. And then I'm just going to show you how to make one of the little pockets in the back. Because it is quite a long video and I don't want to bore everybody, so I'll show you the basics, which are the pages, and then you can decorate it how you please. The tracing paper flower I have done on a video if you want to look back at that. I've just punched lots of little flowers with the petite petals punching, built it all up really and used some doilies and things. So this is the album. If anybody missed it before, there's a calendar there, little note card and a couple of tags. There's a tag here that comes out. Oops. And page that flips up. Then there's a waterfall. There's lots and lots of videos on, you know, these little elements, waterfall pieces and all sorts of things. Page there to put some little pieces in. A couple of tuck spots there. And that's just got some little post-it notes in. So that's the album. I've used Night of Navy and the Floral Phrases DSP, which I'm trying to use up on my DSP now because of the new catalogue coming out next month. And there are already some products available on my website. The Eastern Palace Suite is available with some of the new in colour inks. So if you want to click on in the comments, the link to my online shop will be in the description bar. So I'm just going to run through what we need. There's quite a few pieces that we need, and the front cover of the album, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 9.5 by 6 inches, and you're going to score that at 4 inches and 5.5. That's the front cover. And then you're going to need 3 pages, and they're going to measure 5 3/4 by 8 inches and scored at 4. And then you're going to need the piece that's going to make the pages, and that is going to measure, oh, I haven't put the measurements on, that's going to measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and you're going to score this at every 3/8 of an inch. Oh, I did put the measurements on. So it's 3/8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/8 of an inch, 1.5 inches, 1 7/8 inches, 2 1/4 inches, 2 5/8 of an inch, 3 inches, and 3 3/8 of an inch. So basically you're just going to score every 3/8 across your board of an inch. And you're going to want 3 tags. They're going to measure 3.5 by 5 3/4, and I've just rounded them off with the corner rounder. Now I've cut to, oh that's right, the inside, front and back covers. So the covers, I've doubled them up and I've put a piece of cardstock and a piece of DSP over the card on either side, just to give them some more strength. So you're going to want 4 pieces, 2 for the front, 2 for the back, and they're going to measure 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 7/8 of an inch. And then you're going to have your pocket piece, and that's going to measure 4.5 by 5 3/4 inches. And let's just have a look. So what you're going to do is score, not 100% sure I'm getting that down right. On your pocket, you're going to have like 4.5 by 5 3/4, and you're going to score again at 3/8 of an inch. So that's going to be 3/8 of an inch, and then it's going to be 3/4 of an inch on the short side, and then just turn it around. Let me just show you. Excuse me. So you're going to put it into your scoreboard and score 3/8 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch, and then I just turn it around and do it again. 3/8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then across the bottom, same again. 3/8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and you'll want a piece of DSP, and the DSP will be 4 3/4 by 2 3/4 of an inch, and you're just going to get a circle punch and just cut a hole in the top, well, a hole like that, just so it's easy to pull out when you put whatever you're putting in. That's that. And then last of all, you're going to want 10 pieces of DSP, and I'm using the neutral stack, and I've just turned them the opposite ways round really. 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and 10 of those. Right, whew, this is going to be pretty long. I've already gone ahead and scored all mine first. So you're going to want to take your cover piece, and you'll need your cover pages. So you're going to fold and burnish on the score lines. So fold and burnish your 2 score lines, and you'll have this. And it is quite flimsy, which is why I'm using, just move that to one side, which is why I've got the cover pages extra. So you're going to take your cover pages. No, we're not going to take our cover pages, sorry. I just did this as I went before, you see. There was no set way, I didn't copy it, I just did it as I went. So we're going to score the cover page like that, and we're going to move on to our spine. I'm calling it a spine, it's a gusset. And that's going to go in the middle there for our pages. So you want to fold and burnish these, and I'm going to zoom you down a bit because it can be a little bit tricky. Right, so you've got your piece. That's a bit too much. Right, so you've got your piece here, and on the shorter side is where you're going to fold. The first line you want to leave flat, and then we're going to fold up so you're going to fold that like that, and that one. Okay, it's going to be like a valley fold, so you're going to fold that one like that. So you're going to have your first piece is going to be like that, like that. And then this next piece you're going to leave it flat, we're not going to fold that one. So you miss one and fold flat. There are lots of videos on how to make this part of the book, but it is, once you start folding, it's pretty easy. So it's going to be like that. You're just going to be, then you're going to miss a piece again, and you're going to fold up this section. And then that one's going to become flat. And that one's going to fold over like that. So you're going to have 3 pieces that look like that. If you're struggling to follow mine, there are a lot of videos out there on how to make that part. So I'm just going to zoom you back out. Zoom you back out a bit. There we go. Now we're going to get some tape. I'm going to use this red liner tape, and you're going to tape in between each one of these, in between each of the valleys for now. You need some strong tape, or you could use Tombow actually. Just takes longer to dry, that's all. Oops. I'm going quite quick with mine, so I'm rushing it a little bit. You want to take a bit more time. And I just think they're really nice and quick, simple projects, really. Like I say, I didn't follow a tutorial for this, I just made it up as I went along, really. Just press that tape down. And I need a pokey tool. Just remove the tape. And then once you remove the tape, you're just going to fold all these together and burnish again. So you want to fold that one and that one. Excuse me. Until they're like that. And then, usually I end up just taking a piece off. Like that. So I just need to take, in fact no, I'm not going to. So then you want to, sometimes I just trim a little piece off, in fact I will. Just the tiniest little piece, just so it sits inside your lines on your it just sits inside the lines better. That's all. And then you want to, you can use Tombow or double-sided tape, it doesn't matter. You want to just cover the back. Cover the back of this as good as you can. Oops. I'm really trying to go quick with this. And then once you've got this piece stuck, it just starts to come together pretty quick. You can, I use Tombow for the rest of it, so it'll go faster. One more piece. Just put that down. If I remove this piece, then I can just stick the last piece over the top. Like that. And then you just want to remove all your tape. Oops. There we go. Last piece. Right, so once you've removed all your tape, you can go ahead and stick that in. So I'm just going to bring it forward to me for a second, just so I get it straight. Because I'm not sure it's straight. About there, I think. Right, so I'm putting that in and I'm running my fingers through that. You can use a bone folder to do that, just to make sure it's all secure and down. And then you want to take your pages and your DSP and just use your glue. I'm using Tombow glue. And you're just going to line that up on your like that. That's one. And then you want to just do the same to all 4 pieces. Oops. There we go. Just making sure you've got a small little thin edge around the edges. And that's that. The white card that I'm using would be Whisper White. It's not Whisper White, it's just a brand that I buy for practicing on myself because I'm actually out of Whisper White at the minute, but I'm just waiting for the delivery. You don't have to use white, you can use whatever you've got. I'm just trying to use up all my DSP and everything. So that's them. Then you want to take your book and decide which is your front cover. This is going to be my inside. You want to glue these on. Again, there'll just be a small border. That's it. And that one. Oops. Like that. So that's the inside. And then you want to put your front covers on. Like that. And then your back cover. Excuse me. I have actually forgot the spine. I haven't cut it out, so I'll just do that. And we've stuck these on. You just do the exact same again for your spine. Oops. So that's the back. Okay. So for your spine, which should be 1.5 inches, just double check. Yeah, 1.5 inches. by 6. So I'm going to want to take a piece of cardstock, and because it's 1.5 inches wide, we're going to do it 1 3/8 of an inch wide. So 1 3/8 of an inch wide, and it's 6 inches long, so we're just going to take it down 1/8 of an inch. So we want it 6 7/8. And then we want a piece of DSP, and that would be, oh, it's just not quite long enough. So that one would be 1 1/4. So you do that 1 1/4. I'm going to do it on this side. And then that would be by 5 3/4. I'm just going to use this piece because I've got it spare to hand, and then I can stick something at the bottom of mine. But yours wants to be 1 1/4 for your DSP by 6 3/4. And then you'll just layer that up. I'm going to push my piece higher to the top, I think. There. Like that, and then stick that on. Like that. So that's all your inside and outside covers. Now you want to make your pages. Excuse me. I'm going to move some of this out of the way. Okay, so the outside pages, which is 5 3/4 by 8, and scored down the middle at 4. On the opposite side, you want to put some tape across the bottom and up one side, and then fold and burnish all of those. Once we've put these on, the book is almost finished, really. So fold and burnish your score lines, and put your tape on, and then just make sure that's stuck. Okay, so that's a lot more sturdy now. So to make sure that's stuck, you're going to peel off your score tape on the long side, if it wants to come off, and then partially peel it off on here. And then you want to line up, just make sure you can see, line up your long end with your first page. Can be a bit tricky, but as long as you've got it lined up. You do need to put tape on the other side as well, silly me. Put the tape on so I could get ahead of time. So just put in the piece up the other side as well. Forgot about that. So just cut that on. So you want to piece up both long ends and across the bottom. So you want to line up your page just so that they're level with the top and the bottom, like that. And then just press it on. And then fold your top page in, just to make sure it lines up. Can be a bit fiddly. And then press that in. And pull this one out. Like that. And press that in. So that's your first page in your book. So that's your first page in. And then you just want to keep doing the same thing. Excuse me. So I'm just going to pop some more tape along the edge. And remove that tape. And then partially remove this one again. And then take your little book and line up again. And press. You can just run your finger along the edge there and then fold this one down. Just make sure that they meet up on that side as well. And press, and then just pull this piece out and fold that in. And that's your second page in. And if you do want to make the book bigger, you'd extend the spine and just extend these pieces. And that will give you more pages in your book. So just put another piece in. Cut that off. Remove the sticky strip. You can decorate these how you want. You can punch pieces here so that it's more of a noticeable pocket. You'd want to punch them before you attach your pages there. So again, holding the piece so it lines up with the top and the bottom. And just press like that, and make sure that comes down. Fold this one over to make sure that lines up top and bottom as well, and then press and pull your side piece out, and then just re-burnish. Like that. And that is your little book and your pages. Like that. So, for your tag, let's just move that out of the way. For your tag, which is, you want 3 of them, 3.5 by 5 3/4 inches. I just round the corners. Stay upstairs for a minute for me, okay? Thank you. Shut the door. Sorry about that, that was just my daughter. So it's 3.5 by 5 3/4, and you want 3 of these. And all I did with my tags was, as you can see, I just covered them in DSP on one side. I embossed flowers and Wink Stella and stuck from the love note framelits, and then I just punched a hole and put some ribbon in so it was like a tag, and I made 3 of those, and they're just going to slide into the top. You'll just slide them in and they just hang out enough, and the rest of your DSP you're just going to stick that on. I'm not going to do it because my other daughters have woke up now, so I do apologise, but you're just going to stick all them on as we did all the other pieces, really. Let me just, so that's 5 3/4 by 4. So you want 4 pieces. When I said it was 10, you want 4 pieces. Where's that gone? I've lost it. You want 4 pieces, 2 for the front outer covers and 2 for the in, and they're going to be 5 7/8 by 3 7/8, and then the other 8 pieces, you want them to be 3 3/4, which I think I've made that a bit slightly bigger. Yeah, you want it. Is it 3 3/4? Yeah, 3 3/4, but you want it by 5 and 5/8, because I've just made them slightly bigger. So you want 3 3/4 by 5 5/8, 8 pieces. Excuse me, for the front and backs of your pockets. And you just decorate those like that. But before I finish up, the little pocket that I've made, these ones, you can make them any size you want. You're going to take your pocket piece that we already measured out and fold and burnish your score lines. I've already gone ahead and used a 2-inch circle and just roughly guessed where the centre was. So you're going to fold those up on all of those. And then there's just a little bit of cutting to do. You've got 4 little squares. You're going to remove 3. So you're going to cut up that one, up that one and remove, slightly angling in there. So you're left with that, and then you're just going to take off this one. And you're going to do a very small little notches on that. And you're going to go exactly the same on the other side. 4 squares. We're removing 3 of them. So cut straight up there, taking that one off, and that one off, and just notching. And then you can just notch these edges as well. And notch this side. And can you hear them banging? It's early in the morning and 2 of my daughters are off school and 2 are at school, so it's the 2 youngest that are off, so I'm trying quickly to get this done, otherwise I'll not do it again. Right, okay, so there's the front and we've put the DSP on. Here's the back, and you push those up. So that piece goes in just like a box, and then you're going to hold that there like that. So I'm just going to stick a bit of Tombow on for mine. So you're just going to put a little piece of Tombow there, and then just hold it across like that, just lining up all your edges. And I like to stick my finger in the back there, just so it takes a bit. So that's that corner, like that. And then we're just gonna do the same thing again. Bit of Tombow there. Make sure that's folding in. And just like you're making a box, really. And that's going to go there like that. And the reason I've done it 3/8 of an inch is because the gusset sections are 3/8 of an inch as well, so you don't want to get any wider than that. Otherwise your pages will bulk. So that's how it looks. And then all you're going to do, I'm not going to do it on mine because I haven't put the pages on, is I get the red liner tape and I run it down all 3 sides, and then you'll turn it over, whichever page you decide you want it on, and you're just really going to neaten it up as best that you can. Sorry about the light there. And you're just going to stick it on there like that. And then that, once you stand it up, will be your pocket. So when you close your book, that page will stand out like it's supposed to do because it's got that thickness in the middle of it. And that's what I do for most of my pages. Or I'll just bulk it up with something else, just so that it does stand out like this one does once you stand it up. And they are strong and sturdy. They, you know, there is quite a bit of weight in them once you've got everything stuck on. So I really hope you enjoyed that project. I'm really sorry that I haven't decorated it fully, but you do get the idea, as you can see with this one, what it would look like. And it's entirely up to you. Excuse me. If anybody does make one of these and you do want to, I'd love to see what you did and how you decorated it. So if you want to email me at craftingwithdanny@hotmail.com and send me any photos that you make of any of the projects I've made, that would be fantastic. I'd love to see what you come up with. So I hope you liked that tutorial of my mini album. And if you do want to purchase any of the products that I've used today, or if you want to have a look at the new Eastern Palace suite and the new in colours that are available, if you want to click the link below in the description bar, and it'll just take you straight to my online shop and you can find everything there. And if you do have any questions or you want to get in touch, message me on here or send me an email. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!